Eagle family. Today is Thursday, May 16th, 2019.
Today the weather will be sunny and warm.
Today's lunch choices are oven fried chicken. Yum. Now to today's news.
Hi Eagles, I'm here with your school news. Today is Special Today E1. Don't forget about these upcoming events. Tonight is STEAM Night. You don't want to miss out on all the fun. Come back to school at 4:30 for STEAM projects, presentations, and activities. The BOGO Book Fair will also be open. We can't wait to see you. And here's the speech and language fact of the day. Crickets do not hear with their ears like we do. Their hearing organs are right below their knee. Cool. Now to our 5th grader with more news.
Thanks. Remember the pet supply drive that happened last week? The girls from the run team collected all supplies and counted and weighed them. The class with the most items and the heaviest weight was Miss Ernie's class. Their class brought in 77 items that weighed 105 pounds. Wow. Runners-up were Miss Nazar's class with 75 pounds in items and Miss Edwards' class with 82 items. All 3 of those classes will get to watch a special movie. Congrats, and thanks to everyone who donated. Jaded Paws and the Onslow County Animal Shelter are so appreciative of everything that you were able to give them. Those pets deserve the best, so thanks for helping them, heroes. Now to Dr. Carr with Think About It Thursday.
Good morning, Eagle family. I hope you have been having an amazing STEAM week here at Heroes. I've been walking around and seeing some amazing engineering projects happening. I can't wait to see you show them off to your families tonight at STEAM Curriculum Night from 4:30 to 6:30. Hope to see everybody there. So today I'm going to read a book in honor of STEAM Week. Ada Twist, Scientist. This is by Andrea Beatty and illustrated by David Roberts. Ada Marie, said not a word till the day she turned 3. She bounced in her crib and looked all around, observing the world but not making a sound. She learned how to climb and made her big break with a trail of chaos left in her wake. She ran through the day, chasing each sound in sight, and didn't slow down till she conked out at night. There she is, Ada. Her parents were frazzled, but tried not to freak, as Ada grew bigger and still did not speak. Clearly, young Ada, with lots in her head, would have something to say when it ought to be said. There she is, observing everything. She's already a scientist. That's just what happened when Ada turned 3. She tore through the house on a fact-finding spree and climbed up the clock just as high as she could. Her parents yelled, "Stop!" as all good parents would. Ada's chin quivered, but she did not cry. She took a deep breath, and she simply said, "Why?" That was her first word, why. Why does it tick, and why does it talk? Why don't we call it a granddaughter clock? Why are there pointy things stuck to a rose? Why are there hairs up inside your nose? She started with why and then what, how, and when. By bedtime she came back to why once again. She drifted to sleep as her dazed parents smiled at the curious thoughts of their curious child who wanted to know what the world was about. They kissed her and whispered, "You'll figure it out." Why, what, how, when, why? Her parents kept up with their high-flying kid, whose questions and chaos both grew as she did. Look at all these questions. She's observing everything and asking questions about everything, just like a scientist. Even Miss Greer found her hands were quite full. That's Ada's teacher. When young Ada's chaos wreaked havoc at school. But much was clear about Miss Ada Twist. She had all the traits of a great scientist. Ada was busy that first day of spring, testing the sounds that make mockingbirds sing, when a horrible stench, that's a bad smell, whacked her right in the nose, a pungent aroma that curled up her toes. Zowie, said Ada, which got her to thinking, what is the source of that terrible stinking? How does a nose know there's something to smell? And does it still stink if there's no nose to tell? She rattled off questions and tapped on her chin. Whoop. She'd start at the start, where she ought to begin. A mystery, a riddle, a puzzle, a quest. This was the moment that Ada loved best. Ada did research to learn all she could of smelling and smells, both the stinky and the good. One hypothesis Ada thought could be true. The terrible stink came from Dad's cabbage stew. Uh-oh. She tested and tested, but soon Ada knew it was time to come up with hypothesis 2. Then zowie! The stink struck again, just like that. Hypothesis 2. It's caused by the cat? Maybe that's it. The cat couldn't make such a stink on its own. It needed perfume and some fancy cologne. So young Ada tested. Look at all this. The test was a flop. She started again, but her parents yelled, "Stop! Look what she's doing." Because she thinks the cat's stinky. She's putting the cat in the washing machine as part of her experiment. Ada Marie, to the thinking chair now by the time we count 3. Enough, said her mother. That's it, said her dad. Her parents were frustrated, frazzled, and mad. Why, Ada questioned. Her mother said, no. What, Ada queried. Her father said, go. You've ruined our supper. You've made the cat stink. Enough with your questions. Now sit there and think. She looked at her parents. Her heart turned to goo. Poor Ada Twist didn't know what to do. It's very sad here in the picture. She sat all alone by herself in the hall, and Ada once more could say nothing at all. And so Ada sat, and she sat, and she sat, and she thought about science and stew and the cat and how her experiments made such a big mess. Does it have to be so? Is that part of success? Are messes a problem? And while she was thinking, what was the source of that terrible stinking? Ada Marie did what scientists do. She asked a small question, and then she asked 2. And each of those led her to 3 questions more, and some of those questions resulted in 4. As Ada got thinking, she really dug in. She scribbled her questions and tapped on her chin. She started at why, and then what, how, and when. At the end of the hall, she reached why once again. So she's asking questions like a scientist again. Her parents calmed down, and they came back to talk. They looked at the hallway and just had to gawk. No patch of bare paint could be seen on the wall. The thinking chair now was the great thinking hall. They watched their young daughter and sighed as they did. What would they do with this curious kid who wanted to know what the world was about? They smiled and whispered, we'll figure it out. And that's what they did, because that's what you do. When your kid has a passion and heart that is true, they remade their world. Now they're all in the act of helping young Ada sort fiction from fact. She asks lots of questions. How could she resist? It's all in the heart of a young scientist. And as for that smell, what can Ada Twist do but learn all she can with her parents and friends in grade 2. Will they discover the stink that curls toes? Well, that is the question, and someday, who knows? Isn't that great? Outstanding science book. I hope to see everyone at STEAM night tonight. We all have the potential to work hard, problem solve, and do our best in science, technology, engineering, art, and math. For Think About It Thursday, this is Dr. Carr. Make it a great day. The choice is yours. Now to the joke of the day.
Hi, are you ready to laugh? Here's the joke of the day. How do you know a frog is a frog?
I don't know.
It has to be totally green. Thanks to a second grader in Miss Hansley's class for that joke. Let's end with the hero's purpose.
At
Heroes, our heads solve problems and are always learning. Our hearts are respectful and considerate, and our hands work together for the good of all. Make it an excellent Eagle Day!